Day 2, we're going to look at some rounding today. Now remember, the key thing with rounding is to remember to draw a number line to support you with really knowing what is going on. There's rules that you can learn, all this sort of, if it's 5 or above, round up, below 5, round down, all that sort of stuff. But actually, we want to be really confident what is going on when we round. So we're going to start by rounding 13,694 to the nearest multiple of 10. So I'm going to draw my number line. And I need to work out what are the multiples of 10 on either side of 13,694. So I can see here, if I say this, 13,690, well, that's my lower multiple of 10, 690, the multiple of 10 just below. So then the next multiple of 10, I just need to add 10. Well, 690 add 10 is actually 700, so I get 13,700. Now remember, the other key thing to work out is what is halfway, because we know that if it's halfway or above, it's going to be closer to this multiple of 10. If it's smaller than halfway, it's going to be closer to this multiple of 10. So halfway between 90 and 100 is 95, 13,695. So now I can put this number that I'm trying to round onto the number line, 13,694, well, that's going to be here. So crucially, my answer then is this, I can now see, is closer to 13,690, so 13,694 to the nearest multiple of 10 is approximately 13,690. Remember, we use this approximately sign to show that it's not exact, but it's showing that it's been rounded as an estimate to the nearest multiple of 10. So you're now going to have a go at solving this yourself. Don't forget to draw your number line. Think, what's my lower multiple? What's the next multiple of 10? And what's that crucial halfway point? Then put this number onto the number line and work out what it's going to round to. Remember to write your answer out like this. Is approximately what? So pause the video now, and then unpause when you're finished. So hopefully you've had a go. So 45,327, 45,320, I can hear that 2 10s, that's my lower multiple. So the next multiple of 10, I just add 10, going to be 330. So halfway will be 45,325. Again, halfway between 0 and 10 is 5. So where's 327 going to go? Well, that's going to be about here, isn't it? 45,327. So it's closer to the higher multiple of 10, 45,330. Okay, also we're going to look at rounding to the nearest 100. So this time I'm going to again draw my number line. But now I need to be thinking, what are the nearest multiples of 100? What are the 2 multiples of 100 on either side of this number? So 13,600, again, if I really stress that hundreds column, I can hear I've got 13,600. And then what's the next multiple of 100? Well, I just add 100, 700. Crucially, what's halfway? Well, halfway between 0 and 100 is 50. So halfway between 600 and 700 will be 650. So I've got 13,650. 13,694 then, well, 650, 60, 70, 80, 90 is going to be around here. So I can see really clearly that it's much closer to this multiple of 100. So then I can conclude by saying that 13,694 to the nearest multiple of 100 is 13,700. So again, your turn now. You're going to round 45,327. Remember that crucial digit that helps you work out what your lower multiple is. So find the lower multiple, the higher multiple, the halfway point, and then round. So pause the video now and come back when you're done. Good, so you had a go. So here we go, 45,300, 45,000 then 400, the next multiple of 100. Halfway will be 45,350. So 45,327 is going to be approximately here. So I can then see it's much closer to this multiple of 100. 45,300 is going to round down. And finally, just an example here of what happens when actually we have to change some of the digits a little bit. So here, I'm rounding to the nearest 100 again. So 13,900 as my hundreds column, 13,900, that's the lower multiple of 100. If I had 100, I actually get to the next group of 1,000, don't I? Because 900, then add 100, I get 1,000. So I'm going to end up with 14,000. And the reason we're doing this is it looks a little bit different, doesn't it, when you're suddenly going to across a multiple of 10. So halfway is 13,950. Well, if it's exactly on halfway, remember that's actually closer to the higher multiple. So 13,950 rounds up to 14,000 to the nearest multiple of 100. So your turn now, you've got this question here. So I've got 45,049. What's the lower multiple of 100, higher multiple of 100, and the midway point? Pause the video now, and then off you go. Okay, so nice and quickly, again, here's our hundreds. So actually the lower multiple here is 45,000. And no hundreds, 45,000. So then the next multiple is 45,100. Halfway is 45,000 then and 50. Halfway between 0 and 100 is 50. 45,049 is just below 45,050, halfway. So it's going to round down to 45,000. So stop the video now and go and have a go at your independent task.